Okay, here's an IBM Thinkpad R40E. And you may be wondering why it is all taken apart. That is, it doesn't work. So I'm trying to fix it. What I have done is I've taken apart all the screws to take the top off of the case of this computer. Because you can't take the bottom off, you gotta take the top off in order to get at everything. And that's pretty dumb. So, I've done that. I've taken the top of the case off here so we can see everything, and I've got the keyboard over there. I'll plug the keyboard in when I try and turn it on here, but this thing's issue is it just does not turn on. That is due to me being cheap before and trying to run this computer off of a charger which it was incompatible with. This computer requires 16 volts. 16 volts at 4.5 amps. And I was young and cheap a few years ago, so I ran it off of a charger at 19 volts and 19 volts and 4.5 amps. It ran fine for a while. It's quite a long period of time that I was actually powering the computer with that charger in that configuration. And it seemed to work okay, aside from sometimes it would randomly give the low power battery alarm. And it would like stop charging and start charging. The battery's dead, by the way. But it would stop charging and then start charging, and it was really weird and stuff. And then one night, I plugged it in. It did kind of the low power battery alarm. And then it shut off, and it would do that sometimes. Sometimes it would just shut off randomly as it was booting up. But once it was on, it worked fine. But the only problem was the first few seconds of turning it on. If it would stay on or if it would die and go all crazy. Well, when I plugged it in, I think I heard like a sparking noise. Maybe like a small sparking. Or maybe it was like one singular loud pop. I think it was a sparking noise. And I think the computer worked still. But it smelled bad. Like pretty bad. Like burnt up electronics smell. And I figured, yeah, that's about it. I'm not doing this anymore until I get a real charger. Well, what I have right here is replacement AC adapter, of course. Very, very sketchy, but don't really care. Main thing I care about, 16 volts at 4.5 amps. And this computer, let's see if it's not going to fall over. There's it. 16 volts, 4.5 amps. So, make sure that doesn't go in the computer while it's running. If it does, even. Correct charger. Now, here's the thing. Plugged it in. Didn't do nothing a few minutes ago. Man, not a few minutes ago. More like an hour ago. Didn't do anything at all. And I started to smell that smell again. No noises, though. So, we'll see. I don't know. I'm thinking all I can see here is just the outlet. Yeah, the socket there and some little coil. Maybe that's a transformer. I'm not sure. It looks more like just an inductor. Random inductor. And that's it for power supply. I mean, if I do like a visual smell, you can kind of smell, faint smell of that over here. Ooh, wait, I see something. Okay, never mind. And if we come over here, this looks like some power supply stuff because that's where the battery connects. Nothing. Clean. So, in looking over here, you guys can't see anything. How about I zoom in? See that? See that blackness? Darkness around the charger? Ooh, interesting. I did not notice that before. So what may actually happen is the charger, I mean, it's not like it's, I guess it's kind of loose here. We'll do a test because I plugged this thing in and I was like, despite this being the exact connector type that it needs, it still felt very loose. Okay, it's not plugged in anymore. When we plug it in, that's a lot of movement. Not so much like side to side, but forward to back. You see that? And I don't feel like taking the motherboard out, because that's the only thing I can do to get to the bottom side, is to literally pull the entire motherboard out of the computer. And that would be a pain, and that's bad. So, I think I'm going to just try and plug it in. See what happens. Sometimes the battery light would come on to indicate that it was charging. Well, it did when it still worked. So we'll try it now. Try and plug it in. Try and turn it on. If it doesn't do anything, then I'm going to unplug it, because I'm not going to risk burning the entire thing up, because it may still be salvageable. Okay, here it is. We're going to plug it in. Really, only reason why I'm making this video is so that if it just blows up in my face, or if it works, I don't know, I can document it. So I'll go ahead and prop the phone up so I won't have to be holding it, and then we'll plug it in. Okay, powering it on. Get everything set up. I should get one of those switches so I can just, you know. Nothing. Nothing's hot. So I was with the charger down. Let's try and plug it in with it propped up. Maybe it does not make a connection that way. Oh yeah. That's some smoke. I don't know if y'all saw that. That was some smoke in there. So yeah, it just looks like an improper connection with the charging port. So we'll go ahead and have a look at that. Take the whole thing apart. Yeah, yay! Yeah, there you go. That's about it. I've been scratching a little bit off. Right there. That's where it's been arcing to. Oh no, my god. I cannot tell in there. Yeah, that don't look pretty good. Yeah, that's some pretty deep cuts in that board. Through arcing. Maybe it's that it overcame the resistance of... I don't know. It looks like it jumped from the pin there right over to L51. That's real sad. And it even, I don't know if it looks like it was arcing to that as well. Let me stop the video and see if I can get higher quality. At 30 frames per second, and because 30 frames per second is better zoom, which is how I'm going to be able to... Yeah, I think the computer's toast. Unfortunately. That's very disappointing. Yeah, it looks like there's no repairing that at all. Especially considering the fact that the cut is so deep. Where the damage is very deep on the board. I mean, it's not that big in reality. Like, it doesn't look as big as it does. What, it's like that small? But still. I can't tell if that was due to a lack of solder around the connector or what. Because if I touch it, it doesn't seem to move. Trying to figure out if there's like a gap in there. Oh. Okay. So here we are. It's all taken apart now. Like it's yeah, the case is down there. I have everything, only the stuff I need in. So keyboard and hard drive, if it happens to turn on. I tried resoldering that point down there. I think that's the issue. I don't know. It probably is, considering it's all black, or it was. And, you know, and I'm trying to figure out a way I can prop the screen up so I can plug it in and look at the bottom and see if it's going to spark. You know, I'm going to wear gloves just in case something's horribly wrong with the electrics. Okay, so here we go. Let me open up the screen. This is the real deal. Fixed or not, we shall see right now. Going to be plugging it in. Oh, yeah. Not fixed. Man, I didn't even get that on camera. Okay. Definitely not fixed. Plugged it in. Sparks shut out. So, yeah, I'm gonna need to go back to soldering. Alright, so here we are. We're gonna try and solder the connector here again. Oh, no, there it goes. Soldering iron is hot. Yeah. So, we'll go ahead and give this a try. We're going to be going for right up in the corner there. And that's where we're going to be working. So, I'm going to see if I can get anything any better than I did the previous time using a different type of solder. So
That's gotta be enough. The issue I have is that it just does not want to stick to the contact at all. Look at that. I have a bulb right there. So, I'm not sure why that keeps on happening. But if that is the case, then I don't think I can fix the problem at all. Because I cannot get down in the very bottom where it needs to be. Yeah, it just doesn't stick. And I flatten out the end too, so it's real thin. By cutting it. By virtue of the way that these, those cutters work. And the solder just doesn't melt well at all. For some reason, none of the stuff I've gotten does. Seems to be all very bad. This is the third different type that I've tried. Oh! I got a little on there. Just gotta melt it. Which it isn't. There we go. I mean, that's like as good as it's gonna get. I just, you see it's got like a giant big glob on there, but that is as good as I can get it. Like, I cannot do any better myself. I mean, there's no way that that is not connected. Let's see if I can pull my little magnifier off here. Okay, so magnifying glass does not work with camera. I mean, I don't know. Like, that looks like that's got to be connected to something. I mean, we'll try it. We'll try it. Hope it works. Okay. Moment of truth. Let's see if it works. I forgot the electrical tape, which was supposed to go right there. It looked like that there was a possibility it was maybe arcing to the metal right here, so I'm gonna put that there just in case. So we don't want none of that because I'm gonna be holding it right there. So yeah, let's plug it in. Hope it doesn't blow up. Here we go. I'm gonna try this. Oh man. Doesn't work. What if we... Okay, yeah. Well, that's it for this computer. On to the next one, I guess. That's a shame. Real disappointment. But you know, at least I got a video. Okay, this is last ditch effort. I think I'm gonna call it here. What we have is duct tape on the metal there, and both on the little diode resistor thing. I don't know what it is, but they're the little black, the small black rectangles, and I don't know, it may be arcing to one of them. So we'll see. This is it, last chance. Free! Magnificent. Not magnificent, horrible. Okay, I think that's officially it for this computer. Very sad. And I did not put the camera on manual focus. But anyways, yeah. The death of the R40. It died like 3 years ago. Only just found out now. Alright, scrapping it for parts. Have another Windows XP computer that ID hard drive. I'll probably find good use in. And yeah. And returning the charger. Because it's doing a good job. Despite me abusing it. Yeah, it's still live. Oh, listen. So, that's it. No more Windows XP. Very sad.